I know none of you are going to believe a word of this. But this all happened to me over the last 4 years. The world is being taken over by Satan. This is no longer a spiritual war. These demons, fallen angels, and alien false gods are here on earth right now taking over. We have to stop them. 2019 I was working as a plumber in Erie, Pennsylvania. This homeless mentally ill girl was kidnapped, gang raped, and murdered. The cops covered it up. Everyone on the street knew it was the who guy ran the local homeless shelter, but no one arrested him. I figured it was because no one wanted to spend money to bring a homeless girl justice. I decided to look into it myself. Her body was found down a 30-foot deep pit in the old Hammermill paper mill. There were satanic symbols all around it. The symbol of the angel of death Azazel was the largest at the 12 o'clock position. The Masonic magic square, if you follow it 1 to 9, draws the Azazel sigil. The Masons worship Azazel and are part of his demonic hive mind. They are risking losing their souls for wealth, power, sex, and the knowledge of black magic. If you are a Mason and watching this, please I beg you, repent while you can. On my way out of the paper mill, I felt some force take over my body. I blurted out, in 2 weeks' time I will see the enemy of man at this spot. I had no idea why I said that. The guy I was with looked at me like I was nuts. 2 weeks later, I was walking home from eating dinner at Tim Hortons. It was around 10 p.m. I was walking by the paper mill and there's a shortcut there I decided to take. Walking near the site, I look up and see this thing that looked just like the Eye of Sauron floating in the sky above me. I thought it was some sort of weather balloon or an advertisement. I had no idea. This is what it looked like. This is a star NASA photographed a few years back. It is no star. That thing is Satan himself. The false Canaanite god Dagon. The Eye of the Illuminati. In walking and where the girl was found dead, I see a giant pink ball of light. It was huge. I started freaking out and started walking faster. Then out of thin air a 40-foot tall set of ancient scales appears out of thin air right in front of me. There was another small one that appeared too. It was floating about 3 feet above the ground. It looked like some droid from Star Wars. The scales telepathically said, "We are watchers." At this point I was certain I had had a brain aneurysm or was about to be abducted by aliens. I was freaking out. I took off running and jumped through a boarded-up air ventilation shaft. I was running around inside the building and noticed I was going down and down. I finally come around a corner and there were 2 giant metal doors with a 14-foot tall Snow White skin giant standing in front of them. Remember the cartoon Super Friends? It looked exactly like the Solomon Grundy character. The living dead corpse giant. I was standing there staring at this thing thinking, why is there a giant statue down here and what are those doors? Then it telepathically said, "I am the enemy of mankind. This is the only time you will see me face to face, Piminder." I was in a state of shock still and terrified. I pulled my knife out. And it sucked it out of my hand like it was freaking Star Wars. Like some Darth Vader crap. I know now that it the angel of death Azazel. Big brother of the high troll. The king of the world. It was Cain from the Bible. They used CERN to free him from Dudnel, a Hebrew name for hell. I start running and I find an exit. I see an old abandoned-looking church across the street. I jump through a boarded-up window and straight into some sort of satanic ritual. There were black people rolling around on the ground talking in tongues. I looked at my watch, it was 4 a.m. somehow. I lost 5 or so hours somehow. They walked up to me and started putting hands on me and chanting. Then the police show up. The cop says, "We have been waiting for you, Jason." How did they know my name, I thought. They then take me to St. Vincent Hospital in Erie, Pennsylvania because I claimed I was having a heart attack. There they forced me to watch a homeless black guy be castrated. I told them, "You use the penises and burn them in braziers and the flame will turn blue and you can speak to demons." Several cops in the room started laughing and said, "How do you know all this stuff?" I said, "I don't know, I have always just known things." Then they start bragging about controlling the world, being behind the Kennedy assassination, and killing Jimmy Hoffa, oddly enough. At this point, I'm certain they are gonna kill me. They take me back to the jail, charge me with burglary, leave me in the cell for almost a year, even though the charge was dropped to simple trespassing and it carries 30 days maximum. While I was in there, they kept making me see a psych that kept insisting I'm schizophrenic. I'm not. They also drew so much blood from me in there. 4 times they took 10 vials of my blood for some reason. I finally got out and tried forgetting about seeing any of it. Life started to return to normality. Then I started seeing weird balls of light flying around me sometimes. Then shadow people. One night after work, I saw something that looked like that Greek god Pan but half invisible following me around. About a year goes by, it is Easter Sunday and I'm watching a movie. Suddenly a black shadow appears on my wall. It looks exactly like the outline of that old silent vampire movie Nosferatu. My laptop gets taken over and the movie stops. Then my laptop somehow says, God stole my voice when he forced me into hell, or something like that. I start crying. I am a pretty rugged dude, but I cried over this. The shadow vanished and a hologram of a red bull falling from the sky throughout the atmosphere onto a sleeping white bull on green grass appears. Then the Tao Te Ching verse 20 starts playing. I had never heard of the Tao Te Ching before. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. Before I continue, I want you to listen to verse 20 of the Tao Te Ching. Maybe you can help me understand what the holographic vision I saw meant and why this is happening to me of all people.
20. Stop thinking and end your problems. What difference between yes and no? What difference between success and failure? Must you value what others value, avoid what others avoid? How ridiculous. Other people are excited, as though they were at a parade. I alone don't care. I alone am expressionless, like an infant before it can smile. Other people have what they need. I alone possess nothing. I alone drift about, like someone without a home. I am like an idiot, my mind is so empty. Other people are bright. I alone am dark. Other people are sharp. I alone am dull. Other people have a purpose. I alone don't know. I drift like a wave on the ocean. I blow as aimless as the wind. I am different from ordinary people. I drink from the Great Mother's breasts.
Wasn't that beautiful? Now back to my story. The hologram reminded me of the animal apocalypse from the Book of Enoch. Before I ran into that giant, the Book of Enoch started playing from my laptop by itself. I don't understand how, because there was no Wi-Fi and the computer was shut off in my backpack. I know this has something to do with Christ, Enoch, and Elijah or Moses. God and whomever the two witnesses are. I am afraid I may be one of the two witnesses and am destined to die a horrible death soon. It was after this realization that I began getting death threats whenever I leave the house. All of my money was invested in crypto and was stolen by hackers with Chinese IP addresses. My at the time roommate once claimed to me to be a member of the Chinese Communist Party and an elite hacker and black magic practitioner. I didn't believe him at the time. Now I wonder who he really was.
Hey there, my name's Jay. I'm the guy that made this video. If you actually sat there and listened to all that, thanks. I'm not kidding. All that happened to me. You know, I'm just a regular blue collar working class guy that's led a pretty pious life. I've tried to, even though I didn't believe in God, I still tried to be a good person. And I don't know, maybe God noticed, but God's definitely real. There's something real weird going on right now. There's something evil happening right now, and y'all need to be ready. I seen that thing, that white giant there. He told me he's the enemy of mankind. The guy's coming to destroy your life soon. Him and his whole army of demons and fallen angels with their robot kill squads and mind zombie UN soldier slaves. This is literally Armageddon, people. Seriously, get a gun, get a bunch of ammo, stockpile 2-3 years worth of food. If you watch this video and you like what I had to say and you believe me, please share this on social media. I've literally spent my life savings trying to tell people about this in the last 4 years, and you know, I'll get some success. Like, I had a YouTube channel with a couple 100,000 people on it, TikTok, couple 100,000 on there. I start talking about this stuff, and I get banned from every social media account that I talk about this on. Bans me. This stuff's really happening, people. Please, please, share this video. Tell your friends, tell your families, you know, tell your neighbors there's something weird going on, and you guys got to be ready for it. You know, I don't know what else to do to warn people. I really don't. I've tried so hard to wake people up, and I just can't get anyone to listen to me. I'm just a, you know, middle-aged poor guy. You know, nothing special about me. But remember, all the prophets, all the apostles, all those types, they were always broke, just nobodies. God picks weird people for some weird reason. And I ain't saying I'm special. I'm just saying apparently I must have been doing something right at some point in my life for the good Lord to take notice of me like this. But in doing so, all these demons did as well. And I'm getting death threats. I can't work anymore because when I leave my house, I get people threatening to kill me every time. Literally every time I leave my house now. And I live in a small town. You know, there's less than 10,000 people around here, and I got people I've known my entire life telling me I'm a dead man for talking about this stuff, and I can't get no one to believe me. I don't know why. You know, I don't know why. Maybe people's faith isn't as strong as they think it is. If I was some multi-millionaire priest driving a Lamborghini with some, you know, big-breasted blonde bimbo on my arm, you guys would believe me then, but I'm just a regular guy. So everyone just tells me I'm schizophrenic or making it up for attention or trying to make money. Or I've spent close to $40,000 in the last 3 years of my own money, literally my entire life savings, on this internet, trying to warn people about this, getting my channels banned, getting people breaking into my apartment and stealing my equipment. This is all real, everyone. Please, please, please wake up. Share my video. Subscribe to my channel. If you're some rich millionaire that wants to help me save the world, I could use some help. My email is douchecoded@gmail.com, and I don't know. I think we really need to rally together and, you know, prepare for what's coming, people. If you're a good person and you believe what I got to say, leave me a comment there so I know there's others out there like me that still got their brains, that aren't part of this big demon hive mind that's taking over everyone's brain, turning them into Babylon bees. That's the real Squid Game right there. The devil's taking over the world. I'm trying to stop it. Please help me.